Hi, this is beginning Mat Pilates. Today you guys are going to need a yoga mat, a yoga brick, and a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a towel. And if you don't have a yoga brick, you can use a ball or just use your imagination. Okay, let's get started. So starting standing, we're going to talk about the Pilates posture. So you want to bring your heels together, your toes apart, and you want to, let's start from the crown of the head to the feet. You're going to reach your head up to the ceiling as if you're trying to lengthen your head towards the ceiling, pulling your sacrum in opposition to that. Your eye gaze is at the level of your eyes, and then just working your way down the body. Your chest is open and lifted. Your shoulder blades are down against your rib cage, on top of your rib cage, and backwards to help keep that shoulder girdle and that chest open. Feeling the ribs wrap together, just breathe in naturally, inhaling and exhaling. But feel the sensation of the ribs coming together as opposed to opening and expanding up. You want to feel a nice little small lift in your low abs, so the abs are lifting up towards the rib cage. And then let's talk about the glutes. The heels are they're making a pizza pie. So they're slightly open. The heels are together, the toes are apart, and you're gently squeezing the heels, the knees, the glutes, and the inner thighs together. So you want to imagine in this position, it's like a wine opener from the hips down into the floor, just spiraling externally. And then on top of all of that, you want to press your feet deep into the floor, pull those abs up and lengthen the crown of the head away from the sacrum. So it's almost like you're trying to levitate your body off of the ground. Good, in all of those positions with the head high, the chest open, the shoulders down, the ribs together, the abs up, the glutes engaged, the inner thighs connected, the knees connected, and the heels connected, are all aspects that you want to get used to using in Pilates on a daily basis. So this posture facilitates correct alignment, which facilitates good technique, which prevents injury, and it's just great for everyday use. So one last time, imagine your arms are reaching towards the floor. The crown of the head is lengthening toward the ceiling, and you're trying to separate your spine. So you're lengthening that spine, keeping the chest nice and proud, with the shoulder blades down and the ribs together and the abs up. Glutes and inner thighs squeezed. Knees and ankles together. Take a big breath and just relax. Good job. So there's a lot going on there. A lot of holding. So lie on your back and put your yoga brick or a pillow in your inner thighs. And let it just sit there with your feet about hip-width apart and parallel. And let's start with your arms. So relaxing your glutes. You're gonna inhale and just reach your fingertips off the mat about an inch and just hover your hands above the mat. Just hold them right there. Feel how your chest is open. Your shoulder blades are digging into the mat back behind you. And you're reaching from the armpits past your fingertips. So you want to reach long here. Gently squeeze that brick between your inner thighs. And as you reach the arms long, keep reaching them as you lift the arms above your head. And now keep those shoulders connected to the mat and bring the hands just above your eyes to where you can't see your hands. And then close your ribs. So we want to stay here for a moment, and we want to keep our ribs together as opposed to letting them open. So inhale, draw the abs up. Pull the shoulders down towards the mat. Reach the fingertips long away from the mat and start to
reverse the arms up to the ceiling and all the way back, down. Inhale, draw those abs up. Reach the fingertips long from the hips. Feel the shoulders connected to the mat, and just keep thinking of lengthening the fingertips away from your shoulders. So we're trying to lengthen our arms, and then right here, keep the ribs together. Inhale, draw the ribs and the abs up, lengthen the fingertips away from the shoulder girdle, and bring those arms all the way back down. Let's do like 4 more, a little bit faster. Inhale, lengthen, and lift without popping those ribs. Inhale, feel both shoulders lengthen against the mat, and lower. 3 more times. Lengthen, and lift. So the most important part of this exercise, lengthen, is keeping the ribs together. It's the main focus. And lengthening the arms. 1 more time. So you're kind of using all of the muscles from the pits of the arms all the way to the fingertips to really lengthen those arms long. Nice job, you guys. Inhale, bring your hands down long by your side and just open your right, take your brick out of your legs and open your right knee out to the side. And then keeping your chest open, feeling those abs press heavy into the mat, feeling the ribs press heavy into the mat. Squeeze with the inner thighs and bring those legs back together. Inhale, let's go to the other side. Open that left leg out to the side. Kind of feeling a weight press on the top of the chest. Feeling a weight press on the rib cage. Feeling a weight press on the abs. Inhale, engage the inner thighs and close the legs back together. Inhale, open. So this exercise, the main focus is not letting your hip open to the right. So you're stabilizing as if you had 3 heavy weights on your torso. Inhale, lift the abs and close the leg. Inhale, try not to rock the boat as the left leg opens. Inhale and close. Let's do 4 more, a little faster. So keep that chest open. Keep the crown of the head closed. Reaching toward the ceiling. Pulling the shoulders against the yoga mat and the ribs against the yoga mat. 3. Inner thighs. And then the abs are drawing towards your spine. 4 more. 4. Right, left, right, left. 3. And as you can see, we're starting to turn on the low abs below the belly button. That's what we want. That's how we stabilize the pelvis. Is we just continue to suck like a vacuum those abs back towards your spine. Good. Now, keeping a nice connection in your core because it's kind of warmed up. Lift your right foot, point your toes. Inhale, lower it, back down. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Exhale, lower, back down. So keep imagining there's a weight pressing on top of your torso, on top of your rib cage, on top of your belly button. And you're just feeling heavy through the shoulders and the abs. And if you want to get fancy, you can alternate right and left. Or if it feels more comfortable, put both feet on the floor and then lift. Put both feet on the floor. This would be the easier version, and then lift. Let's do 8 more, right and left. 8. Keep thinking about those principles of lengthening the torso. So we want to try to keep a neutral spine, which we haven't gone over yet, but a nice little space underneath the low back, and the belly is pulling towards the spine. Spine is pulling towards the belly, and you want to feel the sacrum heavy into the yoga mat. 8. This is great ab work. 7, and if you're working on those, anything other than the abs, fingertips are reaching from the pits. The blades of the shoulders are pressed beneath you. You have a nice relaxed throat and face. One more for good measure. Excellent. Lower those feet back down. And now we're going to work on our neck. So walk the feet a little closer to the glutes. Put that brick between your inner thighs. And feel the chest lifted up to the ceiling and just close the ribs. So now you feel the kind of the back of the ribs against the yoga mat. Inhale, draw the abs up, and then tip your head backwards and look at the baseboards back behind you. So now there's a big arch in your neck. Inhale, draw the abs up, lengthen the crown of the head, and then pull your chin to your chest, elongating the back of your neck. So now you have this double chin going on, and you're pressing your head back into the yoga mat. Inhale, draw the abs up, and then lift your chin, arch your neck. This is like a posture we don't want to ever be in. Inhale, slide the back of your neck on the yoga mat. Pull your chin to your chest and feel a heavy head. And this is where you want to be. This is how you lengthen the crown of the head away from the sacrum. Inhale, arch. Come through your neutral spine and then lengthen the chin to the chest. Reach the neck long. One more. Arch. And then bring your neck into a normal curvature. And then curl your chin to your chest, pressing that neck onto the floor, elongating those muscles. And come back up into a neutral. Excellent. So, peel both feet off the floor, squeezing that brick between your knees, or between your inner thighs. You're going to, right here, wrap your glutes together, squeeze them, squeeze those inner thighs, fingertips up toward the ceiling, and feel both shoulder blades connected to the mat beneath you. Inhale, draw the belly to the spine, curl your chin by lengthening it, reach your neck up, come to about the tips of your shoulder blades, and then reach and hover your arms long by your side. Stay here and just feel as if your fingertips are reaching for the other side of the room, long from those armpits. You're scooping your abs, and then you're going to roll back down. We're going to do this 2 more times. So put those shoulders down, put the neck down, put the head down. Inhale. Lengthen the crown of the head. Curl the chin up. Gaze at your belly button. Squeeze that brick. Wrap your glutes. Pull those shoulders back towards the yoga mat and open up your chest. Reaching the armpits past your fingertips. Inhale, scoop the abs and lower the spine. This time we're going to stay all the way up there and go again for our hundreds. Inhale, curling your chin to chest, rolling on up, squeezing those glutes, wrapping those inner thighs, and just begin pumping your arms and like you're slapping water. Keep wrapping the glutes and squeezing those inner thighs. Inhaling for 5, exhaling for 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 40, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If your head, neck, and shoulders gets tired, just put your head down. 3, 4, 5, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 70, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 80, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 90, and bend your knees, rest your head. Just rock your hips side to side. And kind of roll out your lower back. And take your right leg up to the sky. Grab the back of your hamstring and just draw that leg directly down towards the ground so that femur bone goes down towards the yoga mat. Gently push the back of your leg into both hands and just kind of feel how this is opening up your hamstrings and opening up your calves. And let's push. So we're going to push our leg into our hands for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to draw that that leg closer to the body as we try to keep that knee straight. And we do it again. Push, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then draw that leg closer to the body. Reaching that heel up to the ceiling. Trying to lengthen the back of the knee. Last time, push, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reach the heel to the ceiling. Keep that leg super straight and get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Good. Switch legs. Send your left leg up to the sky. Grab the back of your hamstring and then drop that left hip down to meet the right hip on beneath you against the yoga mat. So you have a heavy sacrum. 20%, you're pressing the back of the leg into the palms. You're flexing the foot and you're reaching that heel towards the ceiling. And then your elbows are extended out to the sides. Your chest is open. Your shoulders are down. And you're lengthening your spine. Here we go. Press, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull, 8, 7, 6, 5. Reach that heel to the ceiling. 2, 1. Pushing, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen the heel up to the ceiling. 3, 4. To get that leg a little bit straighter. 6, 7. Last set. Push, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen, 8, 7. Feel both shoulder blades connected to the floor. Pull those abs up. 2 and 1. Bend your knees. So now we go into single leg stretch. So you bring one leg to tabletop and put both hands on your right leg. You're going to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. So come to about the tips of your shoulder blades, and your elbows are extended out to the side as if they're trying to reach the sides of the room. You're scooping your ribs back, you're scooping your abs under, and you're going to extend your left leg either to 90 degrees straight up to the ceiling, which is the easiest, or 60 degrees, which is going to be a little harder. So you choose whatever works best for you. You keep your upper body here. Take 2 pulses with the right leg. Switch. 2 pulses with the left leg. Good. And those elbows in your arms switch are just extending out to the side. And you're trying to hold yourself in this C curve. So the crown of your head is reaching toward your knees. And you're sinking your abs like a vacuum back towards the yoga mat. Last set. 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. So we're going to do double leg stretch. You curl right back up into a ball. So you come up to the tips of your shoulder blades. Both hands are going to grab both shins. You're wrapping your glutes together. You're squeezing your inner thighs, your knees, and your ankles. You're scooping your ribs back and your abs under. So this is a lot of work right here. Arms and legs go to the ceiling for the easiest form of this. Circle the arms around, bend the knees, and keep your head, neck, and shoulders right where they are. So the goal here, do it again, 5 more times. The goal is not to move the shoulders. You want to plant those shoulder blades down into the mat and keep thinking about just vacuuming those abs around towards the yoga mat. 2. And if you're feeling those abs, that's great. That's what we want. A little burn. And lower your head, neck, and shoulders. Okay, the next exercise is a little advanced. So the goal is it's a roll up. So put that brick between your inner thighs and keep your knees bent. Flex your toes and take a 3/4 bend in the legs. Reach your arms up all the way toward the ceiling so they're just above your eyes. Pulling the shoulders down, feeling them against the yoga mat, wrapping the ribs together, lifting up those low abs. What we're going to try to do is get all the way up. So, inhale, you curl your chin to your chest, you gaze at your belly button, you lower your fingertips towards your toes, and you just continue to roll up. So roll up, and then just continue forward. If you can't get up, stay right here, and just hang out here until we come back down and meet you right here. So if you got all the way up, curl your abs backwards toward the wall back behind you. Pull those ribs back. Open up your chest. inhale. Scoop the abs, squeeze the inner thighs, and roll one vertebrae at a time through your spine. Back down, lift those arms above your eyes. And here we go without popping those ribs. Inhale, draw the chin to the chest, curl up. And maybe this is as far as you go and you just hold it here. 4, keep rolling if you can go all the way up. Scoop those abs backwards, but keep a nice long neck so the top of my head is reaching toward that wall in front of me. Inhale, squeeze the inner thighs and glutes. Pull the navel towards the spine and roll through your back. Roll through your ribs, roll through your shoulders, and put your head down. Again. Curl. 2, so we want to imagine our whole body has stripes on it. And we're peeling off each stripe from the yoga mat. Inhale, inner thighs and glutes engage. Scoop those abs back. And now put each stripe on your spine, back, down, again. Inhale, reach, fingertips, curl. Head comes up over the shoulders, shoulders come up over the ribs, ribs come up over the abs, abs come up over the hips, and then you hollow out your belly. Inhale, squeeze and contract everything together as you roll through your spine. 2 more, let's go a little faster. Inhale, arms reach. Curls, keep squeezing that brick. Roll. Inhale, scoop those abs back. Inhale, roll. Back, down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Last time. Curl, we're going to stay up here. 2, 3, scooping the shoulders over the ribs over the abs, and the abs over the hips. And then lift the abs up off of the thighs. Lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling, and then walk yourself to the front of your mat. Heels are going to come together, toes are apart, and you're going to grab your ankles. Your elbows are extended out to the sides as if there were golf balls underneath your armpits. You're going to rock back onto your sacrum so that your feet come off the floor. You're going to open your knees slightly, tuck your chin to your chest, and initiate this rocking back with your abs. So try to keep your head right where it's at. Roll back onto your abs and roll back up. You want to put the brakes on at the top of the shoulder blades and at the top of the sacrum. So you don't want your head to touch and you don't want your toes to touch. So abs pull back. You inhale on the way back, exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way back, exhale on the way up. And if this reminds you of a rocking chair, that's good. I like to think of it as a massage for the spine, because you keep pulling those abs back, massage that spine, and roll back up. Last one. This time go all the way down. Put that brick between your legs and your inner thighs. Arms down long by your side. Open up your chest. Reach those fingertips long towards your heels. Feeling your back connected to the floor. Pull the ribs together like they're a seat belt coming together. Lift up those abs. Squeeze the inner thighs. Wrap the glutes and begin to curl your pelvis so that your tailbone lifts off the floor, but your shoulders are still on the ground. Lift off your abs. Lift off your hips. Lift off your ribs. And then lift all the way up into a bridge so that you're balancing on top of your shoulder blades. Stay here. Press your feet into the yoga mat to take it out of the thighs and into the glutes. Gently squeeze that brick between your inner thighs and your knees. Lift up the abs, so draw them under. Pull the ribs under. Open up the chest. Walk the fingertips toward the heels and take a big inhale. We're going to roll down for 8. So lift those glutes up towards your knees. 7. You're rolling with your upper chest. 6. Rolling through your mid chest. 5. rolling through your rib cage. 4, rolling through your spine. 3, 2, let's do that 3 more times, a little faster. Curl your sacrum under. Roll your hips off. Roll your ribs off. Come up to the tips of your shoulder blades. Inhale, draw the abs up. Pull the ribs together. Open up the chest and roll through your spine again. Curling. So we want to try to lengthen our spine. So curl your pubic bone towards your belly button. And lift your hips by curling your pelvis underneath you. Inhale. Open up the chest. Reach the fingertips long and roll through your upper back. Keep squeezing those bricks. Roll through your mid-back. Roll through your low back. Last time. Curl. So as you can feel, this is a glute exercise. But also triceps are working here. Back of the hamstrings are working. Inner thighs are working. And we're lengthening our spine. So there's kind of a lot going on. This is like a good recipe here. Good. Bend your knees and grab your yoga strap. Take your right leg back up to the sky and put that yoga strap around or towel around your foot. Draw that femur bone down towards the ground so you're squaring off your hips, and find a good stretch here. So elbows might go out to the side, and if this is too painful for you, maybe the yoga strap goes under your calf. Yeah, so you kind of have to, and maybe your leg is all the way down here because that's where the leg is straight. I'm pretty flexible, so my leg is straight up, but my leg is straight. So if my knee was bent, I would want to lower it till I get my leg straight. Good, and then we're just gonna reach our heel towards the ceiling and lengthen the back of the hamstring. And we're gonna do some contract and release work like we just did. So inhale, elbows extended to the side, open up the chest, shoulder blades down, ribs together, abs lifted. Push the heel forward. 2, 3, 4, and then lengthen the crown of the head and pull that leg towards you. 8, 7, shoulder blades are down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push that heel away. So you're contracting the back of the knee and the back of the right glute. And then you're going to pull that leg towards you by reaching that heel toward the ceiling. Getting an even more intense stretch throughout the hamstrings and the calves. Last time, push forwards. 2, 3, 4, and then pull. 8, 7, 6, reaching that heel up. 5, lengthening the spine. 4, 3, 2, and just open that leg out to the side. So keep your left knee and those left hips facing the ceiling and open that leg out to the side and see if you can find a little inner thigh stretch in your right leg. Good. Cross that leg now and switch legs. Bring your left leg up to the sky and find a position that's comfortable for you. So the leg's got to be straight wherever that is. If that's down here, that's okay. If it's right there, that's great. If it's all the way up here, that's great too. Pull that leg down so it matches your right hip bone. Elbows extended out to the side. Crown of the head reaches toward the wall back behind you. Feeling both shoulder blades connected to the mat and an imaginary weight pressing down on your chest. You're going to push that heel forward. 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to pull that leg back towards your head. Keep reaching that heel to the ceiling to lengthen the back of the knee. And again, push forward, activating the back of the hamstring and the inner thighs, and then reach the heel long from the sacrum, so you have a heavy sacrum here. And again, last time, push forwards. 2, 3, 4, and then lengthen the heel and pull. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, open that leg out to the side, but keep your right knee and your right hip facing the ceiling. And just stabilize your pelvis. Reaching that heel long on the diagonal to get that knee straight. And then inhale. Draw those abs up, bring the leg back up, and bend your knee. And come up to a seated position. And this exercise is going to be, put that brick between your inner thighs. You're going to squeeze the inner thighs and the glutes. So imagine you're a bird sitting on a perch, and right now, nothing is happening in my glutes. And then watch this. I'm a bird sitting on a perch. I'm going to lift my glutes up, and now I relax. And then I'm going to lift my glutes up, and now I'm going to relax. Do that 2 more times. So you want to lift these glutes and relax. And you want to hold your glutes lifted, so stay there. Arms in front of your shoulders. Lengthen the crown of your head to the ceiling. Open up your chest. Shoulder blades back. Take an inhale. Curl your chin to your chest. Round yourself forward over your thighs. As if you're rounding over a beach ball here. So this is called a spine stretch. You're just arcing from your sacrum to the crown of your head. Inhale, lift up through your belly button, lift up through the ribs, lift up through the chest, and then lengthen the crown of the head and the sacrum in opposition. Inhale, curl the chin to the chest, rounding forward. Keep those shoulders back and the chest open, and just pretend like you're taking on the position of a ball here. You're opening up your rib cage out to the sides of your body. You're breathing east and west in those lungs. And then north and south with your breath. Lift up from the low abs. Lift up from the ribs. Lengthen the spine. And let's do that one more time. Inhale and round up and over. 2, pretend like your chest, your abs, and your arms are all rounding over this imaginary beach ball. Inhale, lift the abs, open up the chest. East and west, and come on. Back, up, lengthening your spine, reaching the crown of the head to the ceiling with a heavy sacrum. Okay, good. So, legs extended out in front of you, and bring your legs together. Arms out to the side. You're going to squeeze those glutes and inner thighs together like a bird. On a perch, you're going to flex your toes and point for 4. Flex and point. So this is probably the hardest part, is opening up the chest, pulling those shoulders down, and lifting up through those abs. And point. Inhale. Draw the abs up. Pull those legs in. And kind of round backwards. Push those legs out. And do that again. So curl those legs under. You're kind of rounding your spine. And then send those legs back out. So now you're kind of in this low, pull the legs under, send the legs out. You're scooping your low abs. Pull the legs under, send the legs out. Good, you're gonna stack your spine back up, sit up super tall, flex the toes, and turn the toes out to a Pilates V. You're gonna point and flex, point and flex. You wanna lift these abs up and flex. You want to squeeze those glutes and flex. Last one, point the toes. Curl the sacrum back behind you so you're rounding your low back. Bend your knees and draw those pinky toes towards your abs. Send the legs back out, straighten the legs, squeeze the knees and the inner thighs. Scoop the abs up, pull the toes under. Inhale, send the legs back out, squeeze the knees and the inner thighs. 2 more, 1. So we're drawing and we're zipping up the toes towards our abs and extending, holding ourselves in this nice, beautiful C curve while doing legs. So you're gonna sit back up tall, lengthen the spine, and then open your legs slightly wider than your hips. You're gonna flex and point. So ready, here we go. Lift up those low abs, flex and point. And then here we go, squeeze the glutes, flex and point, flex. 1 more time. Hold your toes pointed, draw those abs back like you're pulling your low back towards a ball back here. Bend your knees for 2. Extend those legs for 2. And pull what we want to try to do is let the hip flexors go and connect to the abs. One more time. Scoop the abs back, feet pull in, extend the legs forward, and sit up tall. Hands go behind your head. No, let's lie on our back, sorry. Just lie all the way back down. Bend your knees, rock your hips side to side. And grab your yoga strap one more time and put it underneath your feet. Both legs are going to be underneath the yoga strap. So maybe your legs are all the way down here. That's okay. But wherever your legs are straight, feel a heavy sacrum press into the mat back behind you. Draw your abs up. Pull those ribs together. Open up your chest. And then with the heavy sacrum, gently pull those toes towards your head. So you're starting to feel a little hamstring and hip flexor stretch. And here we go, we're gonna push those heels away. So you press the heels away from the glutes. 2, 3, 4, and then you pull the legs towards you. And then again, pushing forwards with the back of the knees and the back of the hamstrings. And then pull the leg towards you, heavy sacrum, reaching the crown of the head in opposition. And again, push. 2, 3, 4, and pull. Elbows extended out to the side, shoulder blades are down. Last one, push. 2, 3, 4, and pull. Good, bend your knees and roll over onto your side for, come onto your side and just bring your legs into a 90-degree angle, so they're in a clam. Your legs are at a 90-degree angle. Your left arm is extended long. Your right hand is in front of you. And you're gonna lift up these ribs off the floor so there's a nice tunnel underneath you. You're just gonna open the top leg and close. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Open and close. 3, so what we wanna try to do is keep this right hip super stable. 4, not move anything in that hip. 5, 6, let's go to 10 because these are really good for the hips. 8, 9, last one. 10, hopefully you felt that. You're gonna hover the knee and the ankle off about an inch and you're gonna circle. 2, these are golf ball size circles. 4, and we wanna try to knit a little contraction. 6, in that right glute. 8, 9, and reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7. You can imagine you're stacking a cup of coffee on your right shoulder. 5, so both shoulders are down and away from your ears. 2, 1, you're gonna pull that right knee into your elbow and extend the leg long. Pull the right knee in and extend the leg long. So here we wanna try not to scrunch the spine. So you lengthen the crown of the head away from the sacrum as you pull that leg in. 5, and then we're connecting to the body. So you're pointing your toes and you're wrapping your inner thighs together every time the legs come together. There's a gentle wrap in the glutes every time the glutes come together. The ribs are lifted up off the ground and connected together like a seat belt. Shoulder blades are down. Let's hold the leg out there and just lower and lift. So the foot doesn't have to touch the floor, and lift. We just want to get into this side hip. 3, and this side oblique. 4, and think about lengthening the foot away from the body. 5, so that the crown of the head and the toe are reaching in opposition. We're trying to make ourselves 2 inches taller in our muscular structure than we actually are. 3, 2, last one. 1, good, bend your knees. Come on to all fours. Your hands are gonna come under your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. And you're lengthening your spine so that it's parallel to the ceiling. Your abs are lifted up towards your spine, and you're gonna tuck your toes under. We're gonna go into some knee hovers. So inhale, keep your shoulders down your back and right where they are. Lift up your abs and lift your knees up for 2. Inhale, lift the abs and lower for 2. Again, lift up with those knees for 2. Inhale, and then lower for 2. So we're taking 2 breaths. So you inhale, lift the abs, lift the knees. Inhale, lift the abs, lower the knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and let's just keep doing that. 5, exhale. Inhale, lower. 4, exhale. Inhale, lower. So as you can feel, 3, the shoulders are getting a little bit of a workout. That's what we want. 2, because there's support in your whole body. Last one. Inhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now just go into a child's pose. Round your back, kind of sit. Maybe you look like this, where your hips are up to the ceiling and your arms are reaching forward. That's okay. As long as you're reaching those fingertips forward and the hips are going backwards and you're kind of elongating your spine here, that's what we want. Good, come on up. Round your spine, go into a cat-cow. So round your spine, press your shins into the floor. Lift up the abs, lift up the ribs. You're gonna arch your back. Look up to the ceiling, reach your chest forward as your tailbone goes backwards. Again, draw the chin to the chest, gaze at your belly button, round your back, lift your ribs up to the sky. Inhale, arch your back, head goes up to the ceiling, tailbone goes up to the ceiling. There's a nice C curve in your back. And come up to a high kneel position. And grab some hand weights. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. If you have them. If you don't have them, you don't need them. And you're going to come to a high kneel where you squeeze your yoga brick between your inner thighs. And your glutes are pushing forward, so these muscles are tight. Your shins are pressing down into the ground. And you're lifting up these low abs. Your palms face backwards. And you inhale, press your hands back, look right, look left, bring your hands forward and center. Inhale, press the arms back, look left, look right, center. Inhale, press those hands back, look right, left, center. So there's a lot going on here. Inhale, look left, feeling the triceps behind the arms, kind of hold their position. Inhale, but keeping a nice open chest and shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, ribs are together, abs are lifted. 2 more. Inhale, ab. Exhale. Last one. Lifting those glutes. Good, you're going to look directly center. So your eye gaze is at the same height as your eyes, and pulse the arms. 2, 3, feeling those triceps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Arms down long by your side. Inhale, big lengthen of the spine. Roll the shoulders down the back. Lift the chest up. Press those hands back. And keep your spine long, squeezing the glutes. You're going to squeeze the thumbs together as much as you can. And open. Squeeze. And open. 3, 4. So it's almost like we're squeezing the tops of the shoulders right under the armpits. 6. And if you can remember to get those inner thighs. and lower. 4 more. Inhale, lengthen, a little bit faster. 3. See if you can keep those arms, or sorry, those eyes, the same height as your eye gaze. Last one. So you have your option here to lift those arms about to 45 degrees and do circles. 2, 3, I guess let's just do it. 4, so this is the easiest version. Reverse. 4, 3, 2, feeling those shoulders pull back. 1, now let's do full range of motion. So arms go all the way down. Lengthen the fingertips long. Pull the shoulders down as the arms lift. Open the arms out to the side. Lengthen the fingertips long as the shoulders engage as the arms lower. And again, lift up. 1, 2, open to a T. 4, lengthen and lower. 6, do that again. Reach long. And up. Slice the arms. Lengthen and just reverse this. So let's go slow. Lengthen the fingertips down. Lift the arms all the way out to the side. Inhale, thumbs squeeze together. Lengthen the spine. Arms lower. 2 more. Lengthen and reach. Thumbs slice. Arms lower. Last one. Reach. Thumbs and arms lower. Good job, you guys. So put those weights away. Send your yoga brick out to the side. And take your left leg forward into a lunge. Tuck your toes under and keep your right knee on the floor. But we're going to come into this lunge position, and you might need your yoga brick for a little more support with your hands. This is if you can't touch the ground while keeping a straight spine. So if you need extra support to keep your spine straight, grab some yoga bricks. And let's work on lengthening the crown of the head away from the sacrum. Pulling the ribs back towards the spine and lifting them off of this left thigh. You're opening up your chest so these shoulders aren't rounded forward. So it takes a little bit of work to hold yourself here. And then you're gently pushing this right glute forward and lifting up this hip flexor on the right side. This is for your psoas and your hip flexors. Both hands are going to gently come to your left knee. You're going to continue to press your right glute forward as you lengthen your spine and try to bring your shoulders over your hips. So this should be a little deeper stretch coming up into those hips. The idea of scooping out the abs like ice cream with your breath is kind of what you want to get used to. And how you lift the ab muscles back towards your spine. Good. Bring those hands back down and then hinge your hips backwards. You're going to flex your left foot, maybe slide it forward an inch or 2. Square up your hips, so your left hip and your right hip are square, and then hinge forward. You're reaching the crown of the head towards your toes. And you're gently pressing the back of the left knee and the back of the left hamstring down towards the floor. And think about not rounding and collapsing on top of your thigh, but think about lengthening. It's a completely different stretch, and it's what we want to do to open up your hamstrings, is that length. It opens up your spine. Good. Bend your knees and then sit. So actually, heel toe your left foot to the right side of your yoga mat. And you are going to sit on your left hip. So this is called pigeon in yoga. So you're going to sit on this hip. So my right leg is back behind me and my left leg is at a 90-degree angle. By all means, you can put this left leg so it's like a bent triangle, and it creates a little less pressure on this left knee. Or you can sit on top of a bolster on your left hip, which kind of helps you if you're really tight in your hip flexors. You kind of have to do what works best for you. And then we're just gonna, without lying down yet, we're just gonna lean forward. And let's talk about some techniques. You're gonna lengthen that leg back behind you, drawing this right hip forward and the left hip back, lifting up those abs, pulling the ribs together, opening up the chest and the shoulder blades long, and just feeling this tremendous stretch in the hips. Now go all the way to the ground. Put your elbows down and just intensify the stretch in those hips. And stay here for 8 more counts. Keeping that right glute engaged. Popping that hamstring up to the ceiling. 5, good, you guys. 6, 7, you're gonna walk yourself back up. And we're gonna pretzel it one more time. So draw this left leg towards your right hip. Swing your right leg around. And just put it on top of your left leg. And now you should be in like a little comfortable, this should be comfortable. Maybe the knee looks like this, that's okay. But find what works best for you. And then lengthen the crown of the head to the ceiling. Have a heavy sacrum and arch forward. So we want to pretend like we're looking over at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We're up in the sky and we're just gazing from up above. And what's kind of supporting us is our sacrum. But now this should be opening up your right hip. Now go all the way down for 12 counts. Rounding your spine, just sort of relaxing, letting your breath be normal. And enjoying this stretch. Good, engage your glutes and your inner thighs. Heavy sacrum, you're gonna roll through your mid-back by lifting your abs up. Roll up through your rib cage, lengthen your spine. And again, you're gonna swing this right leg back behind you. So now you're in a mermaid position. Your left leg is meeting your right leg, and your right leg is back behind you. Your arms are out to the side, and you're gonna take your right arm, reach those hands in opposition. Try to touch the walls next to you. Bend your left elbow and just do a side bend up and over. Opening up these rib cages on the right side. You're like a teapot spitting water out those right fingertips. Inhale, come back up and windmill the other way. Opening up that chest, gazing at the floor. And now we go into a lunge on the other side. So your right leg is going to start in lunge. You're going to shoot that left leg back behind you. Put that knee on the floor. Grab your yoga blocks if you need to keep a straight spine. If you don't need the yoga blocks, your fingertips are on the ground. You're opening up your shoulders so they're not rounded forward. You're lifting your ribs and your abs up and off of your right thigh. And you're pressing this right knee forwards so it goes over the big toe. This left glute is reaching forward as the right hip reaches back, and this left glute is engaged to open up your hip flexors and your psoas. Inhale both hands to your right knee and continue to press that left glute forward. And scoop those abdominals like you're scooping ice cream to lift them back towards the spine. Trying to get the shoulders over the hips and reaching the crown of the head to the ceiling. Most of the pressure is in that left glute, the left hip flexor and the right glute. Inhale, hinge backwards, flex your right toe, push it forward slightly, and then dig that right heel down into the ground. Press the back of the right knee into the ground, and then lean forward in a nice arch. Reaching the crown of the head towards your toes. Shoulders are open. Ribs and abs are lifted up off of this right thigh. And you're lengthening your spine away from your sacrum. Good. Bend your right knee and then heel toe that right foot to the left side of your yoga mat. And then sit your right knee down. And if you need to again, you can bring that right foot so it's right under your glute to make it easier on the knees, or keep it open. And then engage this left glute, pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Lift up those abs and lean forward. So you're opening up the chest, and like a laser beam coming out of the crown of the head, you're sending it on the diagonal. Opening up your hips. And this left hip is kind of off the ground because I'm mostly focusing on the right hip. And now go all the way to the floor. And just try to bear it. And let the stretch kind of open you up, relaxing completely. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, reaching the crown of the head away from the toes. Inhale and push yourself back up. And swing your left leg all the way up and over your right leg. So now you come into a little pretzel. And your left leg is on top of your right leg, and you have a heavy sacrum, pressing both sits bones down into the mat. You're gonna lean forward like you're trying to separate your spinal muscles. So the crown of the head lengthens as the sacrum pulls you back into the yoga mat. Chest is open. There's like a feeling of curiosity, like what are we looking at down there? Oh my goodness, it's so different. I've never seen anything like it. And then go all the way forward, round your back. Breathing air into those lungs, exhaling all of your air out. One more big breath in. Expanding your ribcage, and then squeeze those inner thighs and glutes. Lift up those abs like an ice cream scoop. Roll through the lower half of the body. Roll through the mid half. Lengthen the spine and swing your left leg back around so it meets the right foot. So now your right foot is next to your left knee, and you're in a Z. Both arms are reaching out to the side, like you're trying to touch two people next to you. Left arm comes up and over, right elbow goes to the ground, and take a big side stretch. Inhaling the left ribs and the left lung. Inhale, lift the right rib and the right lung as you come on up, and windmill your arms. Just go into a counter stretch. So this is opening up this whole side of the body, even your psoas in the front half of the body. Come on up, and you guys are done. Thank you so much for rolling out your yoga mats with me and doing Pilates. It was lovely watching you guys, and I hope you guys come back, and I hope you also have a very good evening. Bye.